here we are, back on Minecraft Skyblock. After a year, people asking me to continue this series. We're finally going to start today. What will we build? I don't know. This intro's running out, so let's jump to in-game Bob. In-game Bob here. I've been meaning to come back to this Skyblock thing for quite a while. I think the last series was over a year ago. But we're going to see if we can remember how to make a cobblestone generator. I'm still going to use a lot of time lapses because, you know, I don't want to just sit here and try and fill time while talking. But I'm really happy with the idea of going back through this, learning the new editing styles. I thought that intro was awesome. Hope you thought it was too. Even right now, I'm using a voiceover, which technically I'm supposed to. I'm making a cobblestone generator, by the way, which I'm supposed to act like I'm playing the game and talking at the same time. But all the professionals, I'm punching the tree, by the way. But all the professionals seem to talk over it after, which gives better reactions. You know what to say. You can rehearse. If you pause or you don't know what to say, you can go back and add it after. I'm not too sure why, but it seems to be the best way to do it is after. I just need to get it so it's genuinely like overlaying the reactions of the actual game. I will still use in-game voice recording while I'm playing it. I think that's more authentic. Yes, technically that's me talking over the video that I'm editing at that point, but this is me now going back and editing my editing. I don't actually use too much of this commentary throughout the rest of the video. It's mostly in-game talk and time lapses, so ignore this whole segment. But for these moments where I'm doing the intro or I'm talking over things, I can now use this as an option, which is, I think, is a really cool option. I already know that I know how to make a cobblestone generator because I figured it out. One of those authentic moments, it's hard to fake that I'm like, oh wow, I remembered how to do it. But I knew how to do it because I recorded the video first. So I'm probably going to use a lot of in-game and, oh yay, I did it. I'm going to use a lot of in-game and overlay commentary, all those kind of things. I'm going to try and make this the best edit that I can do. Okay, this is me actually in the game. I tried that voiceover thing and it's really hard for me to be really authentic with the reactions and stuff like that. So I thought I might as well just play it in-game and do some voiceovers. Maybe I can do the voiceovers while I'm doing time lapses and things like that. But essentially the plan with this one is I want to expand the island. I'm gonna try and get all the dirt first. So I thought I would get the cobblestone generator going. Maybe try and tower down a little bit and then build a little platform around. Oh, I gotta remember, don't get rid of all the grass. I made that mistake when I was younger quite a lot. But let's do a quick time lapse of me trying to get maybe a few stacks of cobblestone, and then we'll turn them into slabs and, you know, make a platform and whatnot. That's not the, what's the stop record button? As you can see, I found the stop record button. And I'm gonna collect a few stacks of cobblestone while making our first little platform area. So what we're going to do now is we're going to maybe move everything down and start collecting some of this dirt out the way. I am waiting to get the saplings out of this. We do want to try and keep as many of those as possible, which A, the platform should help with that. B, I'm not sure what B was. Oh, the only issue I'm finding with the recording is that day and night cycle is going much faster than it normally does, but we're gonna start moving everything down here. Whoops, don't take damage. I don't have any food. So if we chop down this tree, oh, we can actually get the water like this. And I know already that we can't place it on a slab, so maybe, how do we keep this temporarily? Maybe like that. That should work. So we can do that, put the water in it. There we go. And then just because I am efficient with space, only because I've thought of it right now, should be able to move the lava the same way. Yes, there we go. The shaders do make the dark areas much darker, but we can light up this area quite well once we've got it moved. Let's try and get as many saplings as possible. Right. Already got one. That's good. We just need one more to be positive in saplings. Early game, this is probably the scariest part. You just need at least one. 2 would be great. 3 would be even better, and so on and so on. Let's have a look. Still only 1. Okay, well, as long as we're positive, but it does mean that the risk of not getting a second one is just moved on to the second tree. We got a second one. Boom. Okay, let's continue with clearing out this main island bit here. We're gonna maybe make a circle, because Skyblock is always full of circles. And then we'll plant these trees down and see what we can get out of this chest and see what we can start straight away. I think the bone meal so we can get seeds. Oh, don't get rid of the grass. I've said it twice now. If I get rid of the grass, it's gonna be really annoying. But that's probably to get the seeds from the grass. Okay, and also because this is half slabs, no mobs should spawn on it. So we only have to spawn proof the areas. This shouldn't have things spawning on it because of the lava. But I think let's jump into a replay of us clearing out the rest of this dirt, planting some trees and getting the island going. Okay. So, our next project, I think, we've got the underneath done. You would have seen that in the replay. Collected all of the dirt. Oh, I'm actually out of food, I've just realised. And it's raining. That doesn't really have a negative, but that might water crops. So... I may have made a mistake with the grass. I've got rid of the large amounts of grass. But I'm gonna need seeds. And the bone meal works better with more grass. Oh, I could eat... Can you eat... I can eat melon? But how would I get the melon to grow? Do we make a melon farm? The trees have also not grown either. I'm not going to make mushroom stew. What do we want to do? We need food. I say we create melon seeds. We're not going to eat it. That's not an option for us. Where's our water? Our water is over here. We could... Okay, let's do it. I want a melon plant. So if we do that and that, now we need a hoe. Boom. At this point, everything's going to be a stone tool. So we can use our hoe. There. Does that... What is that? Is that just my shaders? That is the shadow of my water. Okay. Oh no, that's my shadow. Hello. That's my shadow down there. Look at that. I wish I had a zoom in feature. Look, that's me. Anyway, will this get hydrated from this water source? I'm not sure, but I hope it does. Hello. How long does it take, just in case? It definitely goes up and down. It definitely does. I've done that on SMP worlds before. I'm also not sure what that looks like when it's hydrated, but this might be what I want to use my bone for. Hello. This might be a mistake. Ah, it fully grew with only 2. So that means that's actually awesome. So we have 1 left for seeds if the grass spreads. And now we just gotta wait for a melon. There's not really many options of things we can do while we're waiting, except cobblestone. I think our first few islands are definitely going to be cobblestone related. I think we'll make this the center, and we can go out like 15, 15, 15, 15, and then fill in the circle. And our main island can be cobblestone. Maybe this is what we'll put the mob grinder above eventually. We can have a mob grinder up there. And then each side can be different things. So right now we're going to need food as a priority. So I think we could go that way. Take the grass over there. And then let's have a look. I'm thinking while recording. So slight pauses are inevitable. Yeah, we're gonna go that way for food. Is that my shadow again? Hello. We're gonna go that is actually really cool. I'm playing, this is the first time I've ever played with shaders. Oh, that's hydrated. This is the first time I've ever played with shaders. Normally I just use the shaders for the screenshots, but I left them on by accident when I started this, and I'm actually really happy with it. Like, look at the definition. Look how bright that sun looks. Look how great. Yeah, I'm just very happy that I left the shaders on, and now I'm going to continue with that. So essentially what we're going to need is we're going to need a ton more cobblestone. We're going to need melons. So what I might do, there's not too much I can talk about this early on into it, except obviously the plans of different islands or different builds out each way and a mob grinder here and stuff like that. But we're going to probably overuse time lapses and things like that early on into this series, until we get really more detailed stuff we can do, like trying to get villagers and all that fun stuff later down the line. So I'll just jump into another one of collecting some cobblestone, and then also melons if any of them grow, and you'll probably see in the time lapse that I'll miss quite a lot of them. Okay, back in a moment. Okay, so what we've got so far, we still don't have a melon, which is pretty unfortunate, but we have the beginnings of our first inner circle area. We managed to get 1 tree during the time lapse, and that's pretty much it. So it's going to be slow progress throughout the start, I believe. I was also just thinking, I haven't seen any other islands, and when I loaded in for the first time, I had my render distance, my default render distance is 32 chunks. I didn't see any islands, but we'll come to that down the line. If we get this first little area going, it's already too late to change world. I'm not doing all that again. If we get through our first little area and we get some stuff going, and then we start thinking to ourselves, wait a minute, this is 1.21. We should have some of the islands with the different trees on it and all that fun stuff. We need a way to get to the Nether, which currently I don't think I have. But if anyone wants to comment down below what kind of islands I should add, because at this point I'm thinking I'm gonna have to custom build some islands. So just to keep me in check, if you guys want to let me know what islands to have, what they need to... We've got the sand, we've got the cactus, but there's a lot of trees, saplings, the stuff to get into the nether. A lot of that I don't have, I believe. So just let me know what you think should be on each one of the islands if you want to help out. But apart from that, I think that's episode 1 wrapped up. I've been editing it as I went along. So like, for example, I would do the intro, I'd like it, then I'd move on to the next one, and that's how I knew when I was going to go into the replay mod, and then I'd record the replay mod, edit the replay mod, put it into the video editor, and then I'll be like, okay, well now let's go into an actual in-game portion to wrap up the video and stuff like that. So it's a new editing style for me. It's a bit more hands-on. You can't just record the whole thing and then time-lapse it and edit it at a different time. You kind of have to be a bit more proactive. But feedback for this first episode would be greatly appreciated. I remember from when I used to do it, I used to get a lot of feedback, and that helped me improve quite a lot. So any feedback, again, greatly appreciated. But I will catch everyone in episode 2, where we're going to continue the inner circle and just keep expanding from there. Appreciate you. Bye. Are we ready for round 2? We're back with another episode of Skyblock. In this episode, I'll probably talk to you a little bit about that I've sorted the islands. I've added islands on the outer areas. I've also turned down the shaders a little bit. I feel like they were a little bit too bright, too in your face kind of shaders. We now have the different islands and the different seeds on them. Using the comments, appreciate Snipey letting me know to add dripstone in, so I added that one over there. We now have a melon, which I'm not sure if that grew in the last episode or if that grew while I was adding the islands and world editing this bit in. Also, side note, I removed the bedrock that was here. I hope you don't mind. There was a piece of bedrock there. And the newer Skyblock maps, they don't do that, but we still had it. So I ended up getting rid of it. I think it will help down the line in case we rebuild this whole area. I'm not quite sure. In fact, yeah, we're gonna eat this melon. It would have grew eventually, you know, so... wait, do we eat it or do we make more melon? I'm not sure on the smartest answer to that one. I ate 2 to regen some health. Does that still regen health? Or is that not enough no more? I'm gonna turn this one into seeds. I'll get 1 seed from that. Maybe I won't. I'm gonna eat it. Maybe I shouldn't. We're gonna eat it. We ate it. Okay, let's continue with the cobblestone area around this. I want this completed circle done. So I think let's jump straight into a time lapse of that, because then I know that I'll get it done. Our current issue is how quickly we make cobblestone, and the fact that this generator is not the best for cobblestone. I don't know if there's a better one out there. Maybe I'll have a Google at the best cobblestone generator to get rates, because most of that burns. I'm gonna Google that. They all look way too complicated, so let's just jump into a normal time lapse of us collecting the cobblestone. Throughout this time lapse, we actually ended up getting a couple of melons to grow and also a couple of trees. So by the end of it, we will be on full hunger and full health. I think we're going to prioritize creating an area for the melons once we've finished our inner circle. Okay, we have ourselves some cobblestone. We're going to turn them into slabs, and then I think we're going to do the inner circle, finish the inner circle, and then as well as doing the melon area, I want to focus on a tree area as well, so we can start getting our wood supplies up as well as our food supplies. We do have some spare, which if we get any more while doing the inner circle, we can add that to what we're going to use for seeds. I'm not sure which one of these islands we want to go to first. But for right now, I think we get our proper infrastructure up at the middle. For example, food and wood. That's about it for now. So it shouldn't take too long to get our infrastructure up, and then we can go venturing out to one of those. I did add obsidian in here because I realized an issue with the old world we were using. I didn't realize how wrong it was. A, it didn't have any islands, and B, it didn't have any way to get to the nether, and if you did get to the nether, it was a normal nether rather than a skyblock nether. This one does have a skyblock nether in there. I tested it to make sure. But let's go ahead and finish the inner circle. I'm not sure what happened to my shaders here, but I think it's a time-lapse setting I changed, so I'm going to try and fix that. I think I fixed the shaders. The issue I was having was I set it to time-lapse mode, which I think it made time-lapses, or made it look like you were doing a time-lapse. I don't know, but I fixed it. I thought that would help while I'm making a time-lapse, not it just does a time-lapse by itself. I also fixed the water. I didn't realize, but the water was broken from when I weld edited this island back in. We now have the inner circle done. I'm trying to think which way I want to go first for the other islands. Maybe it's always good to go north. Always head north. So, which is, judging by the sun, definitely not because I just used F3. North is this way. So I think we go out this way to make a farm area plus trees. I'm trying to think of a design we could do for this whole thing. So this is 15 from the center. So maybe if we left a gap and then went maybe like 15, maybe 15 from here, and then we start the island. And if we do that on each side, then we can join them with an even bigger circle, and it would make like a something. Yeah, let's go out this way. I'll probably use the replay mod again just while I do this, or first person? Nah, let's use replay mod because it's much easier for me just building a line out. As you can see, I lied. So right here, I kind of decided that I wanted to at least have a temporary area to get some more food, get a better food source going. So I decided that on our main initial area, we're going to have some food, expand the tree farm and everything along those lines. Because by the time we actually end up getting out into the places where I want them to permanently be, it's going to be such a pain to get to that point that we might as well just start it now and then move it later once the areas are prepared for it. I ended up going with a slightly different design than the first one I had in mind for the platforms that initially leave the main island. I went with 3 oak slabs in the middle and then the usual cobblestone slabs around it. I think once we get down the line and we have a lot more of these platforms built, this might be a cool look to have. I also thought about some things we could do that could help us later on into the playthrough, and one of them was starting the grass being moved from the first platform to the second. Mainly because the later you start that task, the more annoying it can be. So if we start that now, by the time we get all our plants up over this area, we could potentially start trying to have some passive mobs to spawn there too. Maybe a cow. A cow would be great. Sheep, if we could get sheep spawning for a bed, that would be pretty cool. Ooh, we might actually have phantoms in this. I don't know if that's disabled by the world, because I know the world normally comes with its own Skyblock data pack. Turn some of the things off that you don't need. But if there are phantoms, we might have to hide throughout the nights. Oh, it's raining. We might have to hide throughout the nights until we do end up getting a bed. I'll have to have a think about the easiest mob spawner to have where we don't end up dying constantly to skeletons or creepers. So maybe this platform, or maybe we could build a temporary platform where only a couple mobs can spawn at once. Even so, skeletons would still be pretty dangerous for us. We'll have to have a think about that for a later episode, because I'm not sure if we're on day 3 yet, but I haven't seen a phantom. You guys will have to let me know if that's normally disabled or not, because if it's normally disabled and we do get them, I'll be more than happy to turn those guys off. But let's continue with a little bit more cobblestone collection, which is mostly going to be the early episodes is cobblestone collection, and then grabbing the trees whenever they're available. We are currently making more saplings than we're using, which is positive. I think currently we're down 2 saplings, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 of them going. We've got a ton of melons once these guys start growing up and start producing melons. Then we can move this one. We're going to move our storage somewhere else as well, because I think once we have the actual islands out, this middle one would be a great place to have the mob spawner. The mob grinder, because it will be the one that we're like almost always near, as long as we're on that slightly outer circle ring. So that would be really cool. Let's get some cobblestone and see how long left we have of the episode. Before we get the cobblestone, while re-watching the last part of the recording to see if there's any like mistakes or audio issues or anything like that, I just realized we haven't got seeds yet. We still have not started our seed farm. I realized when I said about the sheep and the cows, because I'm very intelligent me, I realized we can get leather armor if we kill enough cows. To kill enough cows, to kill enough cows, we have to breed cows. To breed cows, we need wheat. To get wheat, we need seeds, and I have not got any seeds yet. So let's hope we get some from this one piece of bone meal. I'm actually going to remove that for our best chances. Boom. I got 1. My intelligence is immense. Right, let's plan. Where do we want this? Let's put that here. Boom. We're going to start those growing. Oh, we got some flowers as well that we can put in this chest. Let's get that tree. Let's get a little bit more cobblestone. And again, then we'll see how long we have left of the episode. Sometimes I'm pretty convinced that there's not much enjoyment left in Minecraft for me, but then I rewatched the clip of where I got a single seed and the amount of excitement I got from that. Just because it's an early game achievement, it's really hard to get that in a late game server. For example, we have a BTG SMP, which we stream over on the Twitch, but it's really hard to get those kind of achievements late game. You don't really get those like quick, exciting moments. It's more you spend 6 months on a build and then you get one screenshot from it and you're kind of like, that's a cool screenshot. For example, here's a screenshot of the build we're currently working on over on stream. That to me is awesome, but we started that April, on and off since April, but we started in April. But it just goes to show me that even like when I start a new world or little things like that, I'm still really enjoy this game and really enjoy playing it. Just as a little test, because I do wonder how many people actually watch the time lapses or whether they skip to the end of the video. If you're listening to this right now, drop a comment down below saying that the pig was definitely yellow or blue. Feel free to have an argument between yourselves. And let's see if we confuse anyone by doing it. Okay, so let's have a little recap of what we've managed to do today. We have moved the random bits of cobblestone over here. We have started our new melon farm over here so we can get some food while we work on our other projects. We've expanded the amount of saplings we've got growing at one time. Collected tons of cobblestone, placed a ton of cobblestone, collected more cobblestone. Started the expansion of the grass. This is the first one that started expanding. So that's going to hopefully go over... These are railings to stop me falling off, so I probably shouldn't play on them. We've also started the design that we're going to have for the platforms that are surrounded. So this is the inner circle. We've been calling it the inner circle most of this time. And then we're going to have more around it. So this one's the same size as that one here. Then we're going to have the same as this one on all 4 sides of this and join them up somehow. Maybe having little smaller platforms in between the bigger ones. So like a really big circle going around with a little one in the middle and then maybe even a bigger one behind it. Or if you want to be extra fancy, the one after this can be raised and that would probably look pretty cool. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to chuck it out to the replay mod just to give a little go around of what we've done so far, and then we'll be wrapping off this episode. But I am genuinely very excited to continue this series and see where we end up and, you know, relight that Minecraft spark. I have no idea what that is, ignore it. So let's begin another Skyblock video. This is going to be the 3rd video we've done as part of this series. What you see in front of you is everything we've created so far. The second platform is coming together and it means we're going to be able to start looking at all of our farming area, sapling area, plant area, all of that fun stuff. So let's see how much we actually end up getting done within this video here. We'll send it over to In-Game Bob. In-Game Bob here. Thank you, Editor Bob. That's a phantom. Wait, I didn't think they were possible. I don't even have a sword. I can crit hit it with my pickaxe. That's not good, actually. Wait, I have an axe. Is there just one? I think there's just one. I got it. Okay. There we go. We have XP, no bed. So I guess one of our priorities now is a bed, because we can't be getting attacked by phantoms that often. How do we go about, what's the fastest way to get bed? My concern with building a mob platform is all the other mobs other than spiders. Unless, if we use the trapdoor method, we would only get, oh, there's more. Oh no. Hello, Jackie. I missed it. Okay, this is bad. What time is it? I think the night's ending. I'm concerned. Hey, that does mean we made it to day 3 though, so, you know, congrats everyone. We need food, we need a bed, which means we need 16 string. Nope, that's to make 4 wool. 12 string, please. Don't think there's any cobwebs or on any of these islands. So as soon as it becomes day, we need to start making an area to fight the spiders at. A little mob spawning platform. Maybe over that way. That is priority 1 right now. So we do have cobblestone. That's great. I actually had some left over from our last build. Okay, we need to make a mob area. We need more food very quickly. A lot of these melon things have started growing, which is great. We're gonna get some more melons. But let's jump into, let's go for a first person replay of us building this mob spawning platform relatively quickly. So as I was saying in the game there, the concern with a big open platform for mobs is that the skeletons and creepers are going to get us quite often. So what we're going to try and do is build an area where they spawn pre-protected, like inside of a little box maybe, and then we have access to try and hit their feet, and then maybe we have to open a roof, the light comes in and they can't, you know, carry on spawning and keep attacking us while we're trying to get the loot. I don't have a design for that currently, but I guess we're just going to play it by ear and see what happens. The grass is also taking forever to spread, so I might, if I remember, once I get back into the game, gonna have to make that a 2x2 or maybe a 3x3. 3 wide so the actual grass spreads a little bit faster. We can give that a go. It's quite funny to watch that little celebration there in the replay, because I know I built that in the wrong place, but we'll wait until in-game Bob figures that out. And this is where I noticed. Okay, it's actually turning to night, which is kind of concerning because I didn't finish the platform nowhere near. Also, I did it too out of place, which you may have seen in the thing. So we're going to go to a replay mod. But first of all, now that there's phantoms, we have to either A, build a big platform above here, which actually might look quite cool. Might look quite space station style. But currently, because we don't have that, we need to build a little platform and just wait for daytime, which feels very unproductive, but we might, you know, wake up to some melons and maybe some saplings. So I'm gonna jump it into a replay mod because there won't be much happening right now, and I'm gonna be sat in a little box, maybe coming out every now and then to punch a couple phantoms and things like that. So I'll see you back in a moment. As you can see from the replay that you're watching right here, getting a bed is of a very high priority. So essentially what I did wrong here was I built it one too far over. So I'm now figuring out how I bring it back by one, which I thought would be very simple, but you can see that I made quite a few mistakes in this process as well. I also thought about doing a little design in the middle, and with the fact that I hate collecting the cobblestone and the wood is relatively easy to get, I wanted to use more wood in the platform builds just to make it less resource intensive on the cobblestone. So this is what I'm doing here, and the design actually came out looking pretty cool, so I'm pretty happy with it. So I think we'll use more wood in our designs, and it also saves me using the cobblestone generator constantly as well. Even with that in mind, I still ran out of cobblestone, so we need to do some more cobblestone collection. I'm also thinking, is it worth just building the whole mob grinder at the same time? But we'll figure that out as we go along with this. Okay, so this is us back in the game. I'm realizing that the phantoms are only coming one at a time currently. But the concern is later there might be more and more of them spawning each time. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I hope it is, because I said that on the internet. But I'm gonna move this over the actual cobblestone generator. Editor Bob here. I couldn't be bothered to do that, so you won't be seeing that in the replay. We're gonna need a lot more cobblestone if we're gonna do our mob grinder as a full build instead of just a little one, which might actually ironically work better, because even though it takes longer to build it, we'll get a better spawn rate, and then it might be faster to actually get the mobs as well. So let's do a first person time lapse of us collecting the cobblestone and then doing little things like the melon and the trees, mainly because of the lightning. I don't want to build the whole thing out of wood, so at least the top half out of cobblestone, or maybe just the roof out of cobblestone. I've never seen lightning hit sideways before in this, so we'll see what happens. Worst case down the line, if we get drowns or drowned farm, we can look into that as well, which means we need, actually that's a point, to do that we need kelp. I don't know if there's kelp on any of the islands. There's got to be. One of them might have it, but yeah, let's go into a first person perspective of us collecting a ton of cobblestone for the mob grinder. So as you can see from the angle of this replay, you can kind of understand the idea that I have with the main platform being the center of the build, and then platforms coming off it in a similar design to the original. And then I'm hoping that once everything expands and grows, it will just be a massive complex of different islands with different meanings and everything along those lines. Okay, so we survived another night. There was even more phantoms that night, so there's definitely going to be increasing the number of phantoms until we get the bed going. So I'm thinking this grass needs to spread very, very quickly, or I don't really want to tower out to any of these. I don't really want to bridge out to any of these to see if I can get one to spawn on one of those. So we're just gonna have to hope this spreads, or maybe even this be large enough once this is all grass for something to actually spawn on here. We do have more cobblestone now, nowhere near enough to do the actual mob grinder, but maybe enough to finish the platform. So let's just quickly check if this is enough to finish the platform. Most of the sounds you hear here is actually my keyboard, because I've got a mechanical keyboard, and you actually hear a car go past. And that's why I muted the microphone. Okay, so we did actually end up finishing that little platform area with the cobblestone. We just need to do the cobblestone going around the outside and then collect a bunch more so we can actually do the mob spawner. I did also just realize that we're using like quite a bit of our dirt here. So I'm going to pick up the lava and we're going to replace this with cobblestone. And then, boom. And the water, wait, let's just put this back. I was about to say how we're going to do it with the water. Oh, that's a infinite water source. Let's keep some water over here, actually. I don't want all of our water to be in one place. These can be like emergency supplies of water. Oop. And then, so we've got 2 water here as emergency. We'll pick up one of these. There we go. And we'll just block that one off. And then let's switch this out for cobblestone. This would be a good time to move it as well, but I thought about that just now, so. Cool. We can actually get rid of this melon as well because we've got so many over there. So this hurts. And then we need one more slab. Oop. There we go. Oh, and then put this back before it breaks our seeds. There we go. Okay. Boom. How much dirt did that give us? 14. In my head, I'm hoping that this becomes wide enough that it can actually spawn animals on it throughout the day. So it's doing 2 purposes. It has the chance to spawn mobs, passive mobs on top of it, or it's also going to continue to spread down that way. Oh wow, this is the exact amount we need. Or it's going to continue to spread towards this platform that we're building out over in this direction. So let's jump into a first person of getting some more cobblestone, some more wood, some melon, and just roughly just playing the game essentially. So that was my failed attempt at making a spawning platform, and this is when I realized that that's not going to work. So I made a little platform here, and my idea is that it can only spawn a couple hostile mobs at a time, and I should be able to take them out with my axe. I'm really hoping we don't look over there and see tons of them at the same time, but that was actually the first mob that spawned, and you'll see throughout this we actually take out quite a few mobs, and it's the beginning of the string collection for the bed. I actually wanted to show this at normal speed because of that matrix dodge right there. There we go. So this essentially is going to be us wrapping up this episode right here. This was part 3. The expanding of the grass seems to be helping. I have no idea. I didn't really know it could go sideways that confidently, but there we go. So this is actually expanding quite faster, quite a lot faster, so that's really positive. We've decided that we're not going to build the little box idea that I had. We're just going to build the whole mob grinder. That will probably be a bit easier for the long run as well. So we're not doing 2 builds where we could just do 1. That would speed up the collection quite a bit. We're going to be doing that. We got our first wheat. Let me show you our first wheat. Here we go. Look at that. 1 piece of wheat. So if we do ever get any mobs spawning on this, especially while it's expanding down, that'd be really good. We can now use that as well. Loads of melon. Let me show you our melon. Whoa, look at that. Melon. Quite a bit of it as well. The start of the next episode will probably be a lot of cobblestone collection. I'm getting concerned with the amount of cobblestone collection, but this is Skyblock, you know? One of the main things about Skyblock is the cobblestone generators. So I'm trying not to feel so bad about constantly collecting cobblestone. I think that's a big part of it. We will be switching to more wood down the line, I think, but one lightning storm and, you know, we're not doing too good. So, yes, right. I will end this one off here, and I will catch you in part 4. Bye. Here we are in another Skyblock episode. In today's episode, I'm hoping to finish the grinder, so let's see if we actually get that done today. And just like usual, let's jump over to in-game Bob. In-game Bob here. Essentially, what I was saying in the intro there is we're wanting to get the mob grinder up and going today. Oh, wait, wait. Oh, I have enough for a bed already. I didn't even notice that. Maybe some people noticed that at the end of the last episode there. I'm recording this before that one actually goes live. I didn't know we had enough for bed. That's actually awesome. Okay, that's great news. Boom. We still want the grinder though, because I think that's the best way to get iron from the zombie drops. So we'll have to try and get some iron. Make a shield would be pretty nice this early in case we get mobs or skeletons spawning on these random islands. I think you can also get some different armor from that as well, and eventually we're gonna have to figure out how to get witches out of there, because I believe if you get the witch to splash potion, but then you need the gold, so then we need to go to the nether. There's so much we got to do, but I want that mob grinder up and going ASAP. So I think we start off the episode by jumping into time lapse of collecting as much cobblestone as I can bear, and we'll try and speed that up so it's still a bit entertaining for you with some commentary over it and not just 10 minutes straight of me mining cobblestone at 5 times speed. So let's jump straight into that and get some resources ready for the build. So I said 5 times speed there. It's more like 40 minutes down to about 2 minutes. Editor Bob's editor here, it was about 1 hour and 20 minutes down to 2 minutes. So it's times 20 speed. I don't know if that math adds up, but I'm looking at the times 20 speed on it. So something along those lines. What we're doing here is basically just trying to get enough cobblestone so we can do a replay mod of the mob grinder. Watching this sped up actually shows how long it is, because you can barely see what I'm doing. You just get a couple frames of me looking at the melons or looking at the trees or looking at the bed or the mobs, everything along those lines. So it's very fast. Once we get enough, I am actually looking forwards to building the mob grinder. That'll be a lot of fun. I do sometimes call it a mob spawner, but I think it's more of a mob grinder. It just allows them to spawn, if you get what I mean. But that's enough time filling. Let's watch the last few seconds of this, and then we'll jump back into the game. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that time lapse there of absolutely everything we just did. We managed to get almost half a chest of cobblestone. I don't know if that's enough. I'm really hoping it is, so the replay can just be in one go. I'm not sure if it will be. So I wanted a whole one, but I didn't want to show it in one like time lapse. I feel like that would be too much for one thing. So maybe I'll finish getting the half and then I'll just cut back in, because as long as I don't die while I'm doing it, we're not exactly missing anything. It's just cobblestone collection. And then we can jump into the replay mod of actually getting that built, which I'm looking really forward to be honest. I feel like the replay mod might look cool if it's circling around the island and things like that, but that's more like an editing nerd kind of thing rather than entertainment. But I'm hoping it's going to be as entertaining as it is going to be fun to make. But let me actually just do a quick cutscene where I mine some more of this. Let me show you my statistics, general items mined 2,206, just so you know that I'm not spawning it in, and then we'll cut back in and that'll be a higher number, hopefully. So we actually ended up getting more cobblestone than originally planned. I utilized the fact that I also make content on Twitch, so we spent about an hour of today's stream mining cobblestone just to get some extra. You can see that there. I was actually going to put the replay of the stream in here for like a minute, but it was taking so long to download and I wanted to move on with the actual building and things like that. So we actually filled up this whole chest. I also already showed my statistics, but we ended up mining an extra 1,000 or so. I'm not sure what the previous number was, but I know it was 2,000 and something. So we definitely mined at least 1,000, I think. What we're going to do now is I'm going to build this mob grinder for the first time. I think I also want to make some torches. Oh, I have some charcoal already. So what we're going to do, we're going to make some torches. We're going to make maybe some more buckets of water ready. In fact, we can't because we've only got one bucket. Never mind. We're gonna jump into a replay mod of us building the mob grinder. That's gonna be very good for the progression of the island as well. So I'm actually really excited about this. I've been thinking about this for a while, but I wanted to wait till the last episode had gone live to see if anyone made any suggestions in the comments, and I want to be able to react quite quickly to comments. So I normally wait till after. It's also the fact that I didn't get it done, but we'll ignore that and say it so I can respond to comments. So if you want to comment anything, drop it down below. I do read every comment and respond to every comment as well. But let's jump into the replay mod of us building the mob grinder. Okay, so immediately after starting this, I realized the design is a 2x2. The default design is a 2x2 hole. We made our islands with a 1-block center. So we had to do a 3x3, and I'm hoping it works just like all the other ones. But let's watch and find out. Okay, so immediately we have started punching the mobs. Ooh, they can see us with this current design. Can I punch them with my fist? They're 2 punch with the fist, which might be better for now. Some of them can see me though. That's not good, but it's working really well. I need to move this wood the whole way around so they can't actually see me. If I do get a bow though, that'd be pretty cool. And the only problem with the 3 wide... Ooh, that's a zombie villager right there. Grab an achievement. That's a zombie villager. Oops, I punched it. Never mind. I'm not quite sure how we go about getting those out eventually, unless we figure out, well, to be fair, we can make pistons now. If we can get iron from one of these zombies, we can make pistons, and we could make an automated way of separating the mobs, which would be pretty cool, if I'm honest. I'll have to come up with a design for that. I used to do a lot of redstone, but I haven't really been doing much redstone recently. But this is already like, as long as we don't explode the building. We need to get hoppers ASAP. What have we got so far? We've got loads of bones, arrows, a bow. Ooh, can we make a full bow? Almost a full bow. So we can start shooting things from a distance. Whoops, ignore that. Wish that wasn't on the internet. If we can, that witch is so powerful. There we go, got the witch. I want that redstone. Grab it, run. Already 13 redstone. We might actually be able to do some redstone building in Skyblock, which I don't think I ever got that far on the last one. Last time I played this game. Skyblock, I mean by that. Ignore all of the backwards and forwards talking. But we got it built. What we might do now is maybe grind that up a bit. Like, use that quite a bit. Get some resources, get some mobs, mob drops and things like that. I'm probably going to put a chest over there. That's plenty, by the way. Maybe we put a chest over there just to keep all of the mob drops separate from the rest. I know for a fact at some point we're going to blow up this farm. Obviously not intentionally, but at some point it's not going to go well. That might not be plenty. Oh yeah, no, plenty. Still plenty. At some point it's going to go very bad. Can we make a sword? Because then we can swing at multiples at once. If we can get it right. Look how many mobs there are here. I don't like that when we go close to it though, they actually end up aggroing on us. Because I can hear the creepers when we run past them, like that. But now that we've got this, which is clearly working very well, I think we try and fill a bit of a chest and come back after that and decide if there's time to do something else or what we want to do what we want to do after. And things like that. So let's jump into a time lapse of us just farming the grinder. That didn't take long at all. We have our first iron from this farm. That is really cool. Let's keep going and see if we get any more. I'm actually really enjoying just looking at the island from the seat of the editor. It's kind of like wearing different hats. So I've got the hat of when I'm editing. I've got a random hat of when I'm editing my editing because I can't check myself enough. And then the hat of when I'm actually in the game, enjoying playing the game. At this point, I'm really happy like with how things are going. We've got a mob grinder going, we've got our second island fully built. We're gonna probably work on, unless we get any other suggestions in the comment section, we're probably gonna work on the tree island next, and then after that, the wheat island. Ooh, has the grass expanded? When I get back into the game, I'm gonna check if the grass has expanded, and I'll probably forget. If you just heard editor, Bob's editor, I forgot. If you haven't, I didn't forget. Anyway, right here, I got the achievement for sniping a skeleton from over 50 blocks away. Not quite sure why I went after that one, but it took up maybe like half of this time lapse. Me trying to get that one achievement. I did just Google as well the chance of a zombie. In fact, right there, I'm pretty sure right there in the replay, that's where I actually did the Googling. But I Googled the chance of a zombie dropping an iron ingot, it's actually a 2.5% chance. I then checked my statistics in a moment. Not sure when I actually did that, but I did it not long after I googled it. And I had killed about 100 zombies, not skeletons, zombies. Therefore, I should have 2.5. I know you can't get 0.5, so either 2 or 3 would be nice. I had 1. I'm not sure. What do you guys think the first thing I should craft with the iron is? At first I thought a shield, but the way I built the islands, you can't actually get like into a fight with mobs unless I do something terribly wrong, which I'm hoping I don't. But what do you guys think the first thing I should craft with iron is? Other than a piston. I'm really tempted to craft a piston and try and get villagers, but I think that's too early. I lied. That might have been when that's when I googled it. Ignore me. Anyway, back to in-game Bob. Thank you, Editor Bob. Guess what? You did not hear from Editor Bob's editor, right? Do you know why? Because it was so soon after doing the editing for that part, I remembered about the grass. So let's go check the grass. I'm hoping it's expanded. If it has, I'm not very efficient because I should have already been, yeah, look at the grass. There's a lot of grass over here. I should have already been moving it further down that way, but I don't know when I forgot, but I had forgotten. So let's move it along. Oh, also, we're going to have a look underneath and see how close we actually are to the grass, because we're going to have to build more. I do have some slabs. In fact, you can never have enough slabs. Let's make some more. How do I get up here? What's my way of getting up? This? And then run. Got it. Ignore the sound. Yes, let's go over this way. How far do we want to go? Maybe to here and get everything above us. I don't want to lose any dirt. The next way we can get dirt is actually from trading with the pigmen. Because if you drop gold at them, oh no, piglins, because I'm not sure on the name. If you drop gold at the trading people in the Nether, they can give you gravel. You can craft coarse dirt. Is it coarse dirt? You can craft something with gravel and dirt. I believe it's coarse dirt. And then from that, you hoe it and or turn it into a path, and that should give you the possibility of creating more dirt. Did one of them just drop off the edge? Or is it above? Oh, it's above. Oh, thank goodness for that. Right, let's do this. I don't want to walk off the edge either. I always feel like I'm just going to walk off the edge, which is why I put the wall around the edge, but I don't have a wall down here. I don't have my safety barrier of walking off, so I will keep checking, even when I've just checked. And let's do this wall up there. I feel so much safer up there. Floor up here. Let's go over here. Chuck this down. Also, look at that thing over there. That looks so good. I'm really happy with it. And the way you know I'm happy with it is I keep repeating that I'm very happy with it. Right, let's start this grass expanding this way. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be the animal one, just because I don't want to take the grass any further than this. So we might end up doing that one as the animals. Maybe do the trees over there then. We still need to go get all the saplings from around the map as well. We haven't gone to any other islands. Luckily, I know there's nothing like hidden on any of them because I put them there. It wasn't like I didn't build them with creative. I took them off of an older map and put them on here. So if we do end up getting anything or figuring out anything that we need and we don't have it on any of the islands, I will have to go in and add that after. Maybe add another island somewhere random. So again, I know I've already asked you for if you have any comments, but if you have any comments for that, anything that we might be missing from the islands, let me know. I'd prefer to add it sooner than later. But that's the grass expanded. Let me do a quick cutscene and double check how long we have left of the video. And we are out of time. Okay, I think this is going to end up being like a 19-minute video, maybe more, because currently I'm still recording it. So what we'll do is we'll end it off here. I'm very happy we got this done today. Next episode, I almost said next stream. I'm so used to streaming. Oh, Bob the Gamer Twitch on Twitch, by the way. Next video, I almost did it again. Video, we're gonna probably build that area over there. I'm thinking about maybe going to the Nether, but we need to figure out the portal placement, so maybe not yet, because if we don't know where we're going to place the portal, we can't break it once we've placed it. I don't know if there's any way for us to get diamonds anymore, but I've just realized I'm still talking and I'm supposed to be ending the episode. Right, I will catch you all in the next one. Bye. I didn't press the button. Not to fear, I found the button. Thank you so much for watching this video. Very glad that people are enjoying the series, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Welcome back to another Skyblock episode. In today's episode, what I want to do is I want to start prepping the island ready for the passive mob area. I want to try and get some sheep, some cows, some pigs, all of them. I want all of them. Right, essentially today what I want to do is get this grass all the way over here, but first we got to prep it. Now here's the problem, I need more dirt. I need a lot more dirt. I thought there was a blue bed then. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to build the Nether portal, but I'm not too keen on the fact I can never remove it once I've placed it. So we're going to need to think of a place we want to put it for the future as well. I'm thinking beneath this island. We may not need the space under here. I think I can go down this way. Don't let me fall. I think if we put it down here, it'll be nice and hidden, because eventually I think this island here is going to be our storage, and we could even lower it to the Nether portal. So we need to line it up with the middle and put the Nether portal down, and then we could even turn the sound of it off as well, just to help with that. But let's start prepping an area beneath. We'll use a first person point of view. We'll prep the area beneath, ready for the Nether portal. Editor Bob here. I also heard Editor Bob has some fans. Right, here's something I just realized that I didn't know when I was talking in the game. I can mine it later. I can break it, because I'm planning to try and get villagers set up. With villagers, I can trade for a diamond pickaxe. Therefore, I can actually break the obsidian. So in-game Bob was incorrect yet again. Luckily, I have time on my side while editing, so I can think and sound smart. Don't disagree. Right here, you see us actually trying to get the fire for the Nether portal. Turned out to be relatively easy, but what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the game. That's where I forgot that I was recording, and go into the Nether for the first time and try and get some gold and see what kind of resources we can get there. Also, I think Editor Bob's forgot that I have the power to jump off of the edge, right? Think about that, Editor Bob. Okay, while I have a personality collapse, let's go into the Nether and see what we get. So I've dropped all my resources in here. I hope there won't be any hostile mobs in there. I'm not sure. But let's go have a look for the first time. Whoops. Okay, let's heal as a priority. I brought some slabs with me, but let's see. That's very loud. Let's just turn the whole thing down. And Editor Bob can figure out how to fix that later. Right. Wait. Oh. Right. What is going on? The Nether. Oh, there's actually a fortress over there. Oh, there's islands. Don't TP me back out. I wasn't expecting islands in here as well. And I see a chest there. How do I get over there? Editor Bob here. This is to fill a gap in words like this. Boom. First of all, gold. Wait, can we mine that with stone? Ah! Lol. Ah. Editor Bob smells. Oh, that was mean. Just because I know he's bullying me right now. That hurts my feeling. Oh, wait. Ooh. What is the fire charged? Is this a portal? I can't tell what this is. Are you a portal? Is that what the fire charge is for? To... Where does this go? Where do you go to? Is this like a secret? Whoa, it goes to a floating island. Look at this. This is very cool, right? I assume they have a mob grinder up there. Is that just, oh wait, did my platform go to the wrong place? And it was supposed to go here? And then that fire charge is to fix it when it goes wrong, I bet. Okay, well it's linked to this, so we can break that once we get the diamond pickaxe, and yes, I heard about that. Right. Let's go back through. Yes, we found the nether. It works great. Maybe we should jump into a little time lapse, just a short one, of us actually building a little platform out there. Do we need the gold just yet? Or do we need iron first? No, we're supposed to be doing the island, aren't we? We're supposed to be getting that island ready, so I think what we actually need is cobblestone, because we actually ran out entirely. Mostly. So let's get some cobblestone. Let's go for first person point of view. Time lapse of trying to get this bit here built. Okay, see you there. Editor Bob here. One of the things that I'm going to try and do in this video is try and have less gaps in the actual commentary throughout the whole video. Essentially, this is one of the examples of it, where I would normally just have the loud music and things like that. In the video analytics, it showed that a lot of people would leave the video at that point. They would go somewhere else to find their entertainment. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fill the gaps, and while explaining it, I'm filling a gap, if you get what I mean. This is Editor Bob. Big brain. Right, so essentially what you're going to see here is I decided that I needed more wood for the middle of the platform temporarily. We want the grass to spread over that way. We need more dirt. The thing with dirt, the way we get it is we need to expand into the nether and not die. So once I've got the layout going, I think we're going to start with making a pigman farm in the nether to get the gold, because in-game Bob was silly, made a mistake, lost a gold block. So once we have all that set up, we can move over to expanding the passive mob island. Once they actually start spawning, I'm not sure on the exact criteria for passive mobs to spawn. I know server-wise how it works, so I think I might have a rough idea that you just kind of got to be in the area, and when it loads the chunk, it does its calculation. Correct me if I'm wrong. The problem with that is because the world isn't so big, I'm thinking the main way to unload and then reload chunks is going into the nether. But if this is close to the spawn of the world, I believe it's a 3x3 chunk area that is constantly loaded. So potentially, if it never unloads and we go somewhere else, that might help us with the passive mob spawning. We'll obviously have to figure that out, and I also ran out of cobblestone. I didn't want to get more. So let's jump back to in-game Bob. In-game Bob here. One thing I was just thinking is I wanted to create the platform in the nether out of wood. ghasts. That's all I'm gonna say. So we can't really do that. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to use blocks. And I want an easier block to get than cobblestone, because it's such a grind to constantly be mining cobblestone. So these islands are going to be made out of cobblestone and wood. We could technically mine the middle bit. We do have, this is free cam, ta-da. We do have the platform under here, which we could break, but then to collect this, we'd have to build a platform under that, and that makes no sense. So we're not going to do that. I'm trying to think what would be the best block to try and farm long term. I guess dirt would be quite good down the line. We could like make some dirt islands, but to do that, we're still at, you know, ground zero with the what block do we use for the nether, because I don't want to make the so I'm distracting myself while making the video. I don't want to make the islands out of cobblestone, or at least as much cobblestone as we're using. It's just so much effort. It literally, to build that, I spent 2 hours stood here mining cobblestone like this. One of the hours was on stream and people watched it, so I guess it can't be that terrible. But for me, sat here at 8 AM mining cobblestone, you know, it's not the most exciting thing I could be doing. So I think we're going to do a very quick time lapse to try and make a small platform in the nether. Start the gold production, try and get a pigman to spawn. Is it a pigman? Piglin to spawn. The one that you trade with, I can never remember the name. We're going to try and get one of them to spawn and try and get some gold, and we'll see how it goes in the nether. Okay. This time lapse here, very quick, because I'm looking at the editor and I'm already up to about 15 minutes of content, and I haven't actually finished what I wanted to get done today. I wanted to get the platform done and start getting some gold. So from here on out, time lapses are going to be very quick. But I'm not going to change the ones that are already in the video, like at the beginning, because I've already done the commentary for them. It already sets the pace of the video. It's just at this point, we're going to sprint to the finish and try and get as much done as possible. Let's jump back to in-game Bob on that note. Okay, so I figured out how I don't break cobblestone. The downside is I need to do this. This is what I'm doing instead. This is for the nether platform only, I think. I'll probably end up using some of it in the actual overworld, but look at this. We just made 2¼ stacks of, what is this? Crimson slabs. Boom. This wood doesn't burn. By the way, I googled that right before this video. I googled it. You might have seen that at the start. I'm not sure if Editor Bob remembered to mention that I googled it at the beginning of the video, or the beginning of this part of the video. But that's quite cool. So we can now build a platform out of that wood. A, it'll probably look cooler. B, I don't need to mine cobblestone. This probably takes just as long, but that's not the point. It's not cobblestone, is it? So what we're going to do is we're going to try and build a little design in the nether. I probably don't have enough wood for it, so I'm not sure. We've only done one replay mod today, so, well, I say today. I don't know if people know this. I make these videos over the course of the week, so that I'm like, you know, able to try and entertain as best as possible. I will not sit down and make one of these Skyblock videos in one day. So for example, yesterday I did the area here, and that created maybe 4 minutes of the video. The day before that, let me actually open up my editor just to check. So just before that, we did the actual nether portal. That was a separate day. But that was the same day as the very beginning of the video. But I just thought I'd mention that because maybe people find that interesting, that the video comes out every week and it takes me a week to make it. It doesn't take me a week worth of time, but it means that I'm enjoying when I'm playing. I have a slight difficulty with playing games constantly. I can't keep up with people who are able just to sit down and play a game for 10 hours straight and then do the same the next day. I used to be able to do that. I can't anymore. Plus, I do a lot IRL now. For example, yesterday I went on a day trip. So I actually, okay. So I had to leave the house at 6 a.m. I got up at 4 a.m. Didn't want to go back to sleep because I thought I would sleep through my alarm. And that's why a random Revive node video came out yesterday. Yesterday from editing. The new Skyblock goes up today. Today is Wednesday. Episode 4 comes out today. So, I don't know why I'm talking at you. I could be doing that in the overlay. So let me just continue with the building and Editor Bob can continue my story. I'm not quite sure what in-game Bob was going or where they were going with that one. So I'm gonna just retell the end and finish that part of it. Okay, so I got up at 4 a.m. My alarm was like a couple hours later, or like an hour and a half later. I didn't want to go back to bed because I have a habit of sleeping through alarms. If you ever watch the streams, you'll know I have a habit of sleeping through alarms. So essentially what I did was I got up, my Factorio server that I had purchased the night before was ready to go. I wanted to get it running. I had some issues because I didn't know what I was doing and I couldn't really find any videos on Revive node Factorio servers. So I was like, so I figured it out myself essentially and got it running. I was like, well, that's a gap, you know? There's not really any videos out there showing people how to, you know, do Revive node service with Factorio. So I was like, I will fill that gap. I made the video. I enjoyed making the video. I learned more while doing the video. And I uploaded it. Revive node actually reposted it today. This is the day after. Not reposted it, sorry. Like, shared it on their Discord. Also, have you ever seen a rage quit? Here's one here.